Alright, so today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to change an automatic transmission in a 1995 Honda Accord. I'm gonna be showing everything, every detail. So let's do this, straight into it. First off, you can either start at the bottom, disassembling stuff on the bottom, or you can start at the top. I'm gonna start at the top. I'm gonna start disassembling all the intake, battery, everything up top that's in the way. I got the battery off and the battery tray off with the intake. Next, I took off the cables, the grounds, and all the battery terminals out the way, just to get it out the way. Then I'm working on this cable right here. You're gonna want a grip here with a vice grip, and this bottom nut, you're gonna want to twist it this way, and then it's gonna come all the way down. And then the mini divot right there, you're gonna lift it up and out. And this right here, you're gonna put it all the way this way and then out, and this cable's out of your way. All right, so now I just made a whole bunch of space. I took the distributor off. You don't need to, but I just took it off just to get it out the way because I'm not in a rush. I'm taking my time to do this. I just want a lot of space. Took that off, and then I took a bunch of sensor off. So this one right here, unclip this, get that out of the way. This right here, it's a 17 millimeter. You're gonna take it off, and I put the bolt back in so I don't lose it. Take that out of the way because it's bolted to the trans. And then these right here, the solenoid, shifter solenoid clips, you're gonna take this one out and then take that one out. And then this is just gonna drop with the trans, and you move it out the way. Move all of these out of your way. Yeah, so now you have a bunch of space. You're gonna take this one off because this one goes right here. There's a 10 millimeter right under here. You're gonna take that off, and then you're just gonna twist this out all the way out. Boom, that's out of your way. And then yeah, there's one more back here. I don't know if you can see it over there, right there. You're gonna want to disconnect that. It's kind of hard for me to do right now, but I'm gonna do it before I drop it. So you got that one left. Yeah, so if you look at the old new trans, you're gonna see this line right there. This is the orientation is gonna go in the car. So if you look back, front, this line, you're gonna have to disconnect it here from the old trans on the car. And then this one connector right behind it, you're gonna have to disconnect that on the trans that's in the car right now. So I'm gonna show you where that is on this one. So here's the line that goes, come all the way back here, come right here, and then right here you're gonna disconnect it from this hose. You just pull your clamp off, and then you pull it out the way. And then that one connector that's on the new trans, it's all the way back in there. I don't know if you can see it in there. It's right there. To disconnect that, and I believe that's all the connectors on the trans. And then you just have to disconnect your bolts, and that's it from the top, I think. All right, it's the next day, and yesterday we just assembled everything from the top just to get it out the way. So now we're gonna move on to the bottom. I'm gonna jack it up, take off the wheels, and get the axles and all of that out. Got all my tools over here. Let's do it. So now we get the wheel off. I'm on the right wheel. Now we're gonna start taking everything off over here so we can get that axle out. Alright, so I got this side out. You're gonna need to remove your lower ball joint. That way you can lift up the knuckle and pull it forward to get the axle out. Take off your tie rod so you can spin this all the way out. Take off your brake line, 210, and then your ABS bracket, 210s. Take those off, put them back in the knuckle so you don't lose them. And then you're gonna take off your lower strut bolt down there so you can be able to move this other way when you remove the axle. I just gotta go under there and pry it off from the transmission, and this side is out. Alright, so now I'm under the car. I got my pry bar. I'm gonna pry the axle out. Just like that. There, it's out. Then you just go outside and pull it out. You're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the left side. Disconnect your tie rod, your cotter pin, and your bolt. Disconnect your brake line, 210mm. Disconnect your ABS, 210mm. Get that out of the way. And disconnect your lower ball joint. So just your tie rod, lower ball joint, move this out the way. Okay, so I just finished on the left side. I took out the lower ball joint and tie rod and my lower strut bolt. Took that out. I didn't take off the brake line ABS on this side because I think it spins freely. The next thing holding this axle in is the axle nut. Obviously, I'm gonna take that off, 36mm. And then normally you would have a bracket under there holding the axle. It's 3 bolts. My car doesn't have it, which means the axle was probably replaced at some point. They didn't put it back in, but it makes my job easier. So all I gotta do is take off the axle nut, pull it out the spindle, and pry it out from the transmission. Okay, so same thing on the left side. You're gonna come under here. After you pull it out, after you take off the axle nut from the spindle, you're gonna take it out of the spindle, and then you're gonna come under here under the transmission, and then you're gonna pry it out from the transmission, and then you're just gonna go ahead from the outside and pull it out. Okay, so after you remove the left side axle, that's just the axle you gotta remove on the left side. The only thing from the bottom that's gonna be on your way now to remove the transmission is your right side radius rod. You're gonna need to go ahead and disconnect the two 17mm over there. I already took them out and put them back in so you don't lose them. And at the front, there's a 17mm nut that goes right in there. You're gonna wanna reach in there with a 17 long socket and ratchet and remove that. And once you get all 2 bolts and nut out, you just maneuver it out from the spindle and just wiggle it out all the way, and it's gonna come out. Okay, so we're under the car again. After you remove all your axles and stuff, next thing you're gonna want to go ahead and take off is your flywheel cover. It's 2 10mm bolts. There's one at the top and one lower. You're gonna take that off, and there's gonna be another cover here too, a cover that goes right here. It's 3 10mm, 1, 2, and 3. You're gonna remove that, take off the cover, and then your cable is gonna be exposed. To take this off, it's gonna be a 10mm, and then you're gonna have to pry these away from the nut with like a flathead screwdriver. Pry those away, take off your 10mm, and then you're just gonna push the cable this way and then remove the 10mm, and then just take this off, and then the cable's out of your way, and that's that. Okay, after you got your flywheel cover off, you're gonna go ahead and take off the 8 torque converter bolts. So what you're gonna do is stick a mini pry bar right up in there so the flywheel doesn't spin, and then you're gonna use a 10mm wrench to loosen those. I can't do it while holding the camera, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these off. Alright, so I already went ahead and took off the torque converter bolts. It's 8 10mm. Use your mini pry bar and your 10mm. Take those off. Once you get those off, up top, taking out the starter, we have one 14mm in there, right under that connector, right there. That 14mm right there. Take that one out. That one's the easy one. And then you got the hard one at the back, which is right under there, right there. What you're gonna need for that one, it kicked my ass a little bit, but I'm gonna give you the trick. at Rent AutoZone. Get you a 14mm spark plug socket. So you see how the sidewall is pretty thin? That is gonna help you. So get a 14mm spark plug socket. And you're gonna get a short 3/8 extension. Then you're gonna put these two together like this. Once you get these two together, you're gonna reach under here and you're gonna set it on your bolt. It's harder than it looks. It's gonna kick your ass a little bit, but once you get it on there and it's snug, get your 3/8 ratchet, stick it on there, and just take it off. I'm making it sound easy, but this one is a pain in the ass. It's gonna take you a while, but you're gonna get it. Once you get those off, your starter should come all the way out like this. Still got this one to take off right in there. Take that one off, and then your starter should come all the way out like this. Just set that aside. And then the only thing holding up this trans right now is, I believe, one bolt left. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that one bolt and get this on the floor, drop it out. All right, so I got the starter out. Next thing is gonna be holding it is a trans bolt. I already went ahead and took off the top ones, but I'm gonna show you where they come from. Right under the front solenoid, you're gonna have one right up in there, right there. I don't know if you can see, but it's right there. It's right under the solenoid. Right there, you're gonna have one right there. Your next one is gonna be right up here. Right there. Next one is gonna be right there. And then your third one is gonna be right up top, right here. And then the one at the back is gonna be right under this hose. Right under this hose. It's right there. Those are 4 at the top. And I'm gonna show you where the ones are at the bottom.
Setting, I just preparation for blessings. I just walk in a man more than he can be a virtue. I run me alone and abandoned for fear and option. Sorry for me, I wait upon a wrong man. Cool like London, my focus constant. Can't tell me off in a reaction. Aim for the cloud, all them I pray for done fine. I wanna feel like your back against wall. That I time for your God, come and know the pressure overwhelming. And illegal things feel tempting because the 9 to 5 I know investing.